All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today to our webinar titled What is New in codeBeamer 7.7? My name is Peter Halle, and I'm really happy to be here and present you the new version of codeBeamer. So before we start, let's just a short introduction. So I think everybody here agrees that the software industry is continuously changing since the beginning, and so the software should be easy to use. And unfortunately, in many cases, the intuitive using of software is combined with intensive training and costs. So we as a company who also use codeBeamer to develop the codeBeamer itself know that the usability of improvement of software is a very important thing. Therefore, I will show you some examples of our usability improvements, new features and integrations that we did implement in the last few months, which are going to be released for free and actually is being released now. So for those of you who are already using codeBeamer as a customers or just evaluating the tool, I'm going to provide you very useful insights of codeBeamer capabilities. But for those who haven't seen any presentation, haven't used previously codeBeamer, I would like to say that this is not a full demonstration of the actual codeBeamer product. Therefore, you are also welcome to check out our other webinars, upcoming webinars, and also check out our knowledge base on our website as well. So let's see what we are going to have today. In this webinar, you will get a chance to learn about the latest updates to codeBeamer, which is in the new release 7.7. We will show the brand new Save template that helps you to implement and manage the processes of the Scaled Agile Framework in your organization. Then we will move on to demonstrating the new or extended integrations offered by codeBeamer. And now we offer automatic data import from JIRA project, which you will see later. This is a continuous integration, and I will also mention and briefly introduce you to Enterprise Architect integration, which is an advanced UML visualization and UML solution. And finally, we will show you codeBeamer's updated risk management diagrams that will allow you to visualize both requirements derived from your risks and risks derived from your requirements. And we also invested a lot of time, energy, and effort to bring various other improvements like the new capabilities of bug reporting, resourcing, extraction plugins, a new wiki plugin, the new usability improvements in the coverage browser, Excel import, new interface on the document view with rating and reviewing capabilities, also extended the functionality of the Kanban board, and as I mentioned, the risk metrics as well. But before we jump into that, let me quickly tell you about the structure of this webinar. So after the live demonstration, where we will show you what's the new in codeBeamer release 7.7, we will start a question and answer session as well. And if you are having any questions at any point of time during the webinar, feel free to type them in on the questions panel on your right and the GoToMeeting panel. So, and after the webinar, I will try to do my best to answer all the questions, but if I can't do that, I will follow you up. So, all right, and also on our webinar, on our webpage, please check out our upcoming webinars as well, so you are also welcome there. And we also gonna have workshops on the 2nd of July in Frankfurt, and also later on in Munich as well, which will be absolutely free, and you will have a chance to make customized consultation services. So right now, this is part when I'm going to go into codeBeamer, but before I do that, I would like to ask you a couple of questions. So the first one here is, which tools are you using actually? Yes, your options are like Microsoft Office, IBM, JIRA, HP, or other tool. All right, thank you very much. Our next question is basically, what what you would like to manage with the tool that you are looking for currently, which can be requirements, testing, the ALM, a complete ALM entire development lifecycle, agile project, or multiple agile project safe. All right, thank you again. And one last in this section. What software development methodology are you currently using at your organization, which can be Agile, Scrum, Waterfall, V-Model, or hybrid? Yeah, thank you very much. I can see that the majority of you are currently still using the Waterfall V-Model. So, all right now, and at this point we are now in the in our project browser in codeBeamer, and what I'm going to show you now and start with this safe template, which is the Scaled Agile Framework template, and I'm happy to introduce this brand new template as we implemented the release in the release mechanism, meaning that you can include multiple releases in another release. This mechanism is included in the program level of our safe template, in which you can now interconnect the releases in the team level, coming from the team level, and those can be interconnected in the agile release train in the program level. So as you can see, we have defined a different projects. One is for the portfolio level, which is connected down to the program level project, and down there we have the safe template team level, where we have different type of teams developing in different type of using different type of methodologies. So we have one team using our waterfall template, one team is using our Scrum templates, and also there's one team using our hybrid template, which combines the agile and waterfall methodologies. So right now I'm gonna go into the program level and to show you how we can visualize in our release mechanism amongst the agile release train. So therefore I'm going to the agile release train, and here you can see we have different type of agile release trains. One is for the electricity car, which contains different type of sprints. One is for the agile electricity car hardware, and the other one is the electricity car software. And once I open and expand the view for the electricity car, I can see I have different releases. One release is for the car seat for electricity car, and the other one is for the electricity car engine, which are coming from different projects from the team level. And once I click on the show art progress, this will show me the exact statistics coming from the team level, how many sprints are included and coming from the team level to this specific agile release train, how many storing points are actually committed and how many are done, and how many items are included in the releases as well. So this is basically an accumulated progress from the bottom up. So right now I don't want to go very much into detail. If you would like to get more information about the safe template and how to use it with codeBeamer to support the safe, feel free to watch our recent webinar titled "The Safe Scaled Agile Framework in Practice." All right, and regarding to this and connected to this, I also would like to show you our new wiki plugin, which is called the Resourcing Extraction plugin. And in this plugin, this shows the users and also the items which are assigned to the users, and also the story points as well. So I will open this wiki plugin to show you. And in the first plugin, you see actually that there's a resource extraction plugin. And here we have different developer teams, which is one is the different developer team 1, and browsing on these tabs you can select amongst these developer teams, and here in the details you can see each developer and which are the project that they are actually involved and how many items they have. And therefore I'm going to go into our third development team, and once I scroll down I see that here are my colleague Mylan. She actually has 3 items, and the accumulated story points are it has 9 story points. And once I expand the view of this one specific project, I can also list out the items which are in connected this project and assigned to Mylan. And you can also use the start date, end date functionality wherever you have defined all these properties. So this basically gives you a nice overview of how many items and what tasks are on your team and on the member level. And this is more possibility here that everything can be exported. So all these plugins can be exported to Excel as well. And once we scroll down, we see another resource extraction, which basically defined on the date frame. So you can see on the all the individuals, including in our project, so all our developers, and you can see one by one all the items, all the project as well. And this is works just I showed you before, so you can visualize also the tasks and the requirements and all the items here. All right. The next thing that I'm going to show you is connected to our usability improvements of testing. Therefore, I'm going to go to one of our test projects. All right. And here, the first thing I will show you that we made an improvement in the test run. So when you run a test case or a test set, you can report a bug. Once you report a bug, you can now choose a different project that the tracker actually will report a bug into. And this bug reporting will be then created as usual. The codeBeamer then will remember the latest selected project and tracker, and so this is pretty much of a nice usability feature for bug reporting. So just to show you, I'm gonna go into the test runs where in this project I have various predefined test runs. I'm gonna go into this specific test run. I will click on the run, and here at this point once I click on the report a bug, you will see I have the option here, so I can browse amongst my project. So I can easily just pick one, the service desk demo project. Therefore, I would like to report a bug into its bug tracker, but also I can see all the trackers with the similar properties. So I will use this one. And once I click on this, I can report a bug directly into the bug of my service desk demo project as well very easily. And in the summary, you will see exactly the link and where it's been detected and all the necessary information from the test run result. So this is one nice feature of test improvement. But we also have improvements in the coverage browser as well. So therefore, I'm going to go into the coverage browser of my marketing requirements. And in the coverage browser, I have various requirements and the vast amount of test cases connected to these requirements. In the coverage, you will see their actual statuses and the coverage analysis. So there have been no changes on this interface. But what we can see now, we can filter for the coverage itself. So we can filter only for the covered requirements. And once I click on that, there's no actual changes because most of them are covered. But once I click on the not covered ones, I can see exactly these two requirements which are not covered. So the other functionality here, once I set it back to all, I am able to make certain filterings on the status as well. So once I click on the status, I will see all the possibilities here. So I can filter for only those past test cases. So you will see this is my requirement, and this will visualize only those test cases which are actually in the status past. So this is how it works. I can also, for example, filter for the failed ones as well. And right now you can also see here that currently there's a button called permanent link, and once you click on this permanent link, this will store the exact link with the filtering conditions, and this will store the filter conditions, and you can send out this link to your colleagues, and so they will see exactly this view as you just send them. And one more usability fix here and improvement, that you can now drag to resize the requirements columns as well as the coverage columns information. So right now I expanded, and so you will see exactly the whole entire title of your test cases or requirements if you want, and it wasn't fit before. Alright, for this was for including the testing capabilities of codeBeamer. Right now I would like to move on and to show you some other improvements in the interface regarding how we handle the requirements. Therefore I'm going to go back to my market requirements, and here in the document view you can see various improvements, such as like once you hover your cursor above this small column here, you will see that we remove the highlighted border, and in the past we use highlighted to editable description and summary, and now and instead of this border, now we have the border on the left, and once you move your item, once you move your cursor here, this blue line will follow your cursor. So just to show you, we are currently on the first requirement, and so I move my cursor, this will highlight the second requirement as well, with all this nice menu bar on the left. So this is also our new control bar with this new plus symbol. And once you click on this plus symbol, you have various options here. So here we can directly create new referring items, which is basically the same when you jump into an item and create a new referring item. You can also click on creating and customizing trackers, which will link you to our knowledge base to get more information how to configure trackers and reference fields as well. This is where you can do that. We also have other items to show the outgoing references, meaning all the items that this item is referred to are shown here as an ongoing and ingoing reference. The outgoing reference is shown here, that currently this requirement is included in the release number 1. And once you hover your cursor above the incoming references, this will list out all the references that are referring to this item and are listed as well. So this is how it works. Also, there's a generated test cases field where you can select the tracker to generate a new test case. So this is based on the predefined configuration. Then it's gonna work like this. So this will, all the options gonna be listed here, and additional features right here. So you can also generate test cases as the same way as we used previously, and this will generate a new issue, and it will also create a new association from the test case itself to this requirement. So now you can see based on this generating test case, this will automatically set up the association and the reference as well. And the field subject is being automatically created to this issue in the test case by clicking on this generating a test case. So moreover, we also have a new button for adding and viewing comments as well, and it will show an overlay where you can view all the comments and to reply to those. So therefore I'm going to click off this menu bar, and I will click on this small comments button, and I will see exactly all the comments are added to this specific requirement. Once I scroll down, I see here all the comments here with the exact ratings as well, and I can even add my new rating that this is nice. I'm gonna click on save now, and now I just saved my new comment, and which I added pretty easily here, and you can visualize it very easily. All right now, and we also have certain capabilities and improvements here. So you can edit directly the chassis, also available here from this menu bar. So we can edit the title itself. Also, we can edit the description of our requirement very easily, and we can edit them both at once. So that also works. Once I click on refresh the page, I can see that. And also there's a new rating button. Here you can click on the rating and you can see exactly how many rates have been added to this specific requirement with their actual values, and then the system will automatically calculate an average rating. This is also a new feature and can be used in the release 7.6 and in the 7.7 release version of codeBeamer. And there's another section on the right panel for our new licenses as well. This is the reviewer license, and once you click on this, you can only see the description and the title of this requirement, and also once you click on the comments, you can also see the comments as well. But you should notice, once I move back, so you should notice here that the details from the right section are actually disappeared. So now you cannot, if you are using a reviewer license or you are in the reviewer mode, you cannot see the details of this actual requirement. And so this is how it works. And also we extended the functionalities of our Kanban board. So meaning for now you could only use the Kanban board in our release planner, but from now we provide the Kanban board view to each of our requirements, to each of our trackers. So once we go into the Kanban board for the market requirements, we will see only our market requirements here ordered to specific columns. So this is the basic setup and the predefined columns here, the to do, in progress, to verify, and done. And also this is based on the workflows defined in this tracker. And what's more, here you can also add new items to your market requirements very easily. Once you click on it, here you can add the new market requirements. Just call it new market requirement. It's gonna be our description as well. I'm gonna click on save, and now I just added our new market requirements to the to-do column. So all right, now let me see. I also have some questions in the meantime. Yeah, I see. Can you hear can you hear me properly now? Because I had a question that the sound is not working perfectly. Yeah, I guess so. It works good. All right. The other points I would like to show you right now is our JIRA import. So we have now extended our JIRA capabilities, and we developed a continuous integration. Therefore, I'm going to go back to my codeBeamer, And this is our bug tracking project, and in the bug tracking project I'm going to show you how many bugs we have right now. Alright, so as you can see, these are the bugs defined in this project. We currently have 7 bugs in this project defined, and this project has been created from a JIRA project. This is our JIRA project here, and as you can see here, we have the same bugs, and those bugs in codeBeamer have been imported from this project. So right now I would like to create a new bug here in the JIRA. Therefore I'm gonna click on the create, and I'll simply call it webinar bug. I'm gonna click on create. I will refresh the page. Here you can see this is our new webinar bug. Now I'm gonna go back to codeBeamer, to my trackers, and in the project I can have the capabilities, so therefore I have to go to the admin page, and here I have the tab jobs where I have defined my JIRA connection. So once you click on it, here you have to add your server information, your username and your password. Now it's connected. Here you can specify a different amount of time, so-called an interval. Based on that you can run an automated refresh. Now I'm gonna click on that, and the interval gonna be 5 hours, or I can either run this synchronization manually. I just have to click on this run button. Now you can see the last execution date here, so therefore now I'm gonna go back to my bug tracker and see what happened. And here you can see this is our webinar bug, which imported all the information from the JIRA project. So this is how we can provide one-way integration from JIRA. All right now, and what's left to show you is already we also have, as you can see, the trash option here on the amongst my tab. This is only available for the project admins and for those who have access to it. So once I click on this trash button, I am able to see all the items which have been deleted, and I can easily restore them once clicking on these checkboxes. And once I click on those, I can restore these items, and they will be amongst my bugs. So I clicked on those, and here I can see this is a test webinar issue that I just created, and this is the other one, the bug one, what I also deleted previously. So this is how the trash functionality works as well. And we also have some usability issues upon the imports from Excel and Word. So right now I'm gonna go into my market requirements, and to show you how we can import from Excel documents, I'm gonna go into my market requirements. I'm gonna click on import. I'm gonna attach the sample file. And right now in this interface you can see in the raw data that we are currently importing all the information starting from the second row. Once I click on the fourth row, I will only import my raw data starting from the fourth row, for example. So this is how you can set up the target, or like define from which row you would like to import your information. And also here in this import you can select this data and cell type mapping. So this will be automatically done right now by the system when it's checked, and once you are importing from an Excel file, the system will automatically check whether the selected field in the system is the value type, so like whether it's an integer value in it or like text, this will match the type of the field in the system and also the values coming from your Excel sheet. So this is how you can set up the mapping automatically, or you can do that either manually as well. Other major improvements, or like just a simple improvement, was in the Word import, where you can now able to import to the system a table within a table. So in one cell you can define different tables, so you can also import those as well. Alright, now, so I already showed you the Excel import. I already showed you and mentioned you the Word import. Now there's also one improvement, which is also usability improvement that I would like to show you. Therefore, I'm going to go into my medical project because we have improved and developed our risk matrix diagram. And therefore, I go into traceability to see my risk matrix diagrams, and once I scroll down, this is our risk matrix diagram, and this is what I mentioned you. So here we have two different tabs. One is the risk matrix diagram of risks, where I can visualize all my risks, which are all my risks and the derived requirements from my risks. And once we click on the other tab, we can see the contrary exactly. So once we click on my from my risk, I will see the risks and also the requirements on the first column. So meaning this from this requirement we derived this specific risks. So this is how we can visualize a bidirectional way the our risks and how they are connected to the requirements. So right now, I think that these are all the capabilities almost. There's another one is the enterprise architect integration, and this integration we make it very simply to draw models and diagrams in the enterprise architect. And this plugin, the codeBeamer will be synchronized with your enterprise architect. I don't want to go very much into detail because we have elaborated webinar where you can see this integration in details, and that was posted on our website like 2 weeks ago, so you can also check that out. So right now our next session is the questions and answers session, but before we do that, I would also like to ask you one more question. Is like whether you would like to hear more information about codeBeamer in the future. I'm just starting the questionnaire right now. Yes, thank you very much. And I forgot to show you one last thing. I just checked out my notes, so sorry about that. I would like to go back to my requirements and to show you shortly. So we can also visualize all the reviews, and this is what is very useful at this point. So once we go back to our project, to the test lab project, and to our market requirements, and you can see that we also provide and visualize the the ratings here and the comments as well, and we can easily export these ratings. So once I click on Microsoft Excel export, I will click on simple export, which will be includes the ratings as well. I'm going to click on export. So right now I move forward, I open my document, and you will see exactly all our requirements with the average rating. And once we go to the ratings tab, here you can see all the requirements, and to the requirement, all the ratings have been grouped to specifically to those requirements. So you can use the built-in capabilities of Excel to analyze this data, and you can also visualize the submitter and the exact date of the submitted votings and ratings here at this point. And once I close this Excel file and click on the settings here, I can restart the voting, so I can delete all the information here and I can restart the voting for each of the items here at a specific time. So this is what we added and how you can rate your requirements. So right now I'm going to go back to my slides, and also this is time to ask your questions, so I will try to answer them all. All right, this is one question from Sangjin. So can I see a field mapping workflow configuration page for JIRA integration? Right now, I don't have, so the basic things from JIRA, that all the fields are imported to codeBeamer based on the integration. So right now I cannot show you, but we can set up a personalized webinar where we can show you that. A more technical colleague responsible for the JIRA integration can show you that. Yeah, we have another question. Is it possible to sync back to JIRA? No, it is only one-way synchronization, so we can import only from JIRA, but not import it back into JIRA. Yeah, we have another question. Is the service desk dedicated to one service desk project, or it can be linked to several other projects? Right now we are using the service desk functionality only for a specific project, but sure once you have your items, those can be delegated to different projects as well. All right, we have another question here. When is the Enterprise Architect connector for codeBeamer available as a final version? Right now I can't tell you an exact date. Probably my colleagues who are responsible for that gonna get back to you regarding that, because I heard some development is already going on, but I will get back to you after the webinar to answer these questions. All right, I get another question here. What is the right way to upgrade between codeBeamer major releases, specifically if we have created customized trackers? I am concerned with getting into trouble with new versions. All right, Francisco, I think it's we don't have enough time to discuss it, so I'm gonna also forward your request to our colleagues who will get back to you and will help you out how you can upgrade your current version of codeBeamer to the latest one. Yeah, and here's another question from Max. So can you show me the new dynamic Gantt chart? Yes, Max, I know we have this dynamic Gantt chart matrix plugin, but right now I haven't prepared it for this webinar, so I don't able to show you right now. Later on, if you just please drop off a mail and I can show you that later, so how that works. All right. Do you have any other question at this point, or have I answered all your questions properly? All right, I see there are no further questions at this point, so I would also like to invite you to our next webinar, which I mentioned you previously. So we're gonna have our next webinar titled "The Marketing Management the Agile Way." It's gonna be on the 1st of July. And also, this is our next slide, just to show you shortly. So this is our next slide about. So I would like to invite you to our workshops. The next one gonna be on the 2nd of July in Frankfurt, and the last one gonna be on the 16th of July in München. So therefore you can have your questions, for example, to our technical stuff, how you can upgrade your your actual releases to the most updated one, to the newest release, for example, or you can go into the technical questions of the JIRA integration as well, how the mappings works, for example. So please register to these events. All right. So, and after the webinar, you will see the recording on our webpage. So thank you for your participation, and see you next time. Bye bye.